The Everad Read Gallery in Johannesburg recently played host to the Southern Guild exhibition. Southern Guild, spearheaded by TREVYN and MCGOWAN of Source, the leading exporters of South African design, joins forces with premier steel producer ArcelorMittal South Africa to stage the largest showcase of high-end contemporary design ever held in South Africa.
Southern Guild was established in 2008, and we started to provide a platform which we didn't feel existed in this country to showcase design at the very top end of the market. So limited edition, collectible design, and to encourage designers to collaborate, work together and bring about new product that hadn't been seen in the country before. We've been working in design for over 10 years now in South Africa, and we have selected 109 designers and artists to take part in this year's exhibition. It's grown year on year. This is our biggest exhibition to date, and basically we invite people who we feel represent the strongest talents in the country, and also people who we feel are exciting, dynamic, young, up-and-coming designers and artists, and we approach artists who we feel perhaps have an interest in crossing over into design. We've got a couple of architects, we've got a fashion designer, a jeweler, people whose minds we're interested in and who we think are going to shake things up a bit, that are a bit edgy and are going to produce interesting work.
Two of these exciting designers are graffiti artist ATANG and product designer LAURIE van HEERDEN. The two artists teamed up and produced a steel bench called Where We At. The piece, which turned a few heads at the gallery, took 3 months to develop.
TREVYN and Julian, they emailed me, which is a real honor. I mean, if they phone or email you, you really read it and you know what's happening, you know. So they invited me to the show, and I could design anything. So it's always difficult. You must decide what you can do, and it must always be something unique, something, you know, you can do anything if you want, you know. So I had to get my mind together. So I was thinking, I met ATANG through Design Indaba and Rockall campaign, which is like a charity organization. So I sponsored 2 benches to the Rockall campaign. And what happened then is India Bird, the owner of the campaign, introduced me to ATANG at Design Indaba. So I said, yes, that would be like the perfect collaboration if maybe I do 2 steel benches. The one's sort of just like a raw industrial looking one, and the other one's like a high-end art piece where he would draw on it. You know?
We both decided that we want to do something that's going to tell a story, and then from there I sort of thought about how we're going to display the story, because the main story is about migration. The name of the thing is called Where We Are, the name of the bench. It tells about the 2 iconic cities in South Africa, which are Cape Town and Johannesburg. And with that, it just shows how people move from really small areas and they get into bigger areas where, you know, like if you come from a small town and you hear that Joburg's got the work and things like that, and then you end up going there, and part of it you'll see there's like a lot of shacks, and it just shows how people end up just dwelling in places like that, but the aspiration is to move into better things and things like that. So even with the Cape Town, it starts where the harbour is and moves on to the bigger city and the mountain as well. So it's basically about how people try and improve their lives and where they start and hopefully where they want to end as well.
Exhibitions like Southern Guild are great platforms for young designers to get exposure and helps establish them in the industry. All the work displayed at the gallery is locally produced.
Well, it's fantastic. I mean, ATANG is in one of the top galleries in the country, if not the best gallery, and here he is. He's you know, creating work. He's meeting patrons. He's being filmed. It's a wonderful opportunity for him. And what's important for us is to have artists like Dylan Lewis and Conrad Boertes and Gregor Jenkin, who are at the top of their game, but also to bring up the next generation of designers, because unless we have the influx, there's no future for it. So that's of real importance for us.
Southern Guild made history by becoming the only African gallery ever to be handpicked to showcase alongside an exclusive group of only 23 of the world's most respected design art galleries. The organisation sets its sights for much bigger things in the near future.